Okay, it's Christmas Day 2022, December 25th, which is a Sunday this year. Now I'm here at a local park, Victoria Park. I come here regularly for my park run, but I didn't come yesterday because I wasn't sure they had on Christmas Eve park run. I looked on Twitter, but I was a bit unsure. So I said, well, no, it's the end of the year, and a lot of people have, family gathering, and and they might have. Well, I'll find out when I come in a few weeks' time, right now, yeah, because I'm not going to come next week because next week is again end of the year. So we still got 6 days before the year finishes. So today's the 25th, so 31st day in December. So 6 more days. So it'll be so wait until the following week and then come here. But of course, I've got my gym is not closed. It's only closed today because it's Christmas Day, but it's not closed Boxing Day, which is 26, which is tomorrow, Monday. Yeah. So I'm gonna do my sprint tomorrow. I mean, I'm gonna have to really start with in earnest with the sprint, because we're entering the new year in less than a week time. And I mean, I went to do my strength training yesterday, and I'm cut down most of the equipment. Just focusing on to begin with, just as a warm up right now. Yeah, do tibialis raise, on your ankle, strap weights and all that right now. Yeah. I mean, these tidbits of information all the time, on Instagram and places like this. Well, this is so good, because I've just walked about a mile and a half, from my house to the park, about a mile and a half, or thereabout, give and take few yards here and there, right now. But I could have counted with the stepper, and all that, but sometimes if you overglue yourself with things counting, then I mean, this happened to me before. I get all worked out. I'm going in this very park, Oh, I'm going to become a cyclist wonder man, like E.T., extraterrestrial. Back in the day, they had a movie, and the thing is, there's there are mitigating circumstances, and these are not excuses right now. We had the COVID, and we had other issues background to my situation. I find myself in, right, employment-wise, that is, I can't get can get gainful employment right now, but you have to have a work-life balance as well, and so I've been through these phases where you just put 100% of the time on work, and then you forget everything else, right? And eventually you find out all this will catch up with you. And so I can't really do that anymore, because you remember you only have one chance at enjoyment of life right now, happiness, if you like, It's now or never, better late than never, as they say right now, So 4 years I haven't left Leicester. 2018, I think, last time I went to London to see my folks there, my family, and I miss them now as well, because I realize, it's again, family, all that matters. I mean, I've got social media, but a lot of people, they're happy where they are. They really don't want to engage in social media. If they did, then sometimes it feels so empty, To some people, it feels so empty right now, A lot of people feel so empty because you just digital communication. So again, I used to feel the same emptiness, because I didn't see. I mean, you meet people online, but it's just for sort of silly reasons, not serious conversation, nothing other than that. So I spent so much time. I was saying, this is to solve all my communication issues right now, And anywhere in this planet right now, and you have nothing to worry about, family, friends, and all that sort of thing right now. 3G, I bought the first phone that came 3G, for video conferencing. Oh yeah, that will solve everything right now, And I never made one successful video call. And it looked an impressive gadget, smartphone right now, supposedly a smartphone. And so these companies, they bring our products, and even now it's 5G, yeah. It's a number of years we had 5G, and 5G, well, if you live in a city, buildings, signals, that's it, yeah. So 4G is still very much there, yeah. So, but there are things are changing, yeah. These companies, and some parts of the world, they're thinking of 6G as well. So they are against this technology come, and sometimes they come too early, they don't prepare themselves, and the company, they go into debt, they have to sell their existing ware. So those things. Oh, it's brilliant, sunshine now, right? Yeah. Right, yeah, that's fantastic. I'm just working in a cricket batting stretch, yeah. It's just here, right? Yeah. Because I would have gone around the park, but there's other people there, the people walking their pets, yeah. And sometimes the pets, they get scared or something, and they get aggressive as well, right? Yeah. And so this might interrupt my video broadcast now, because I'm going with the flow now, right? Yeah, because the way I feel, yeah. Before I program myself, I'm going to do this, yeah. And you do it, then you feel again empty. Nothing of benefit to you, nothing, yeah. So I'd want to go through that phase before, right? I went through the skating board phase. I had everything: skateboard, electric skateboard, you name it, regular skateboard, and believe me, I had other all-in-one, yeah, famous, whatever, plan to live an exciting life, yeah. So, but the crucial fact is, yeah, there are number of factors, that one of the basic factors is regular income, right? Yeah, the income you can count on, yeah, and enjoy, yeah. You can go to the gym regular, you can do your things regular, and if you constantly worry about this and the other, stressing yourself, and so yeah. So that's why I'm trying to. I'm going to. Today's Sunday, so yesterday was rest day for BFR training, and today's rest day before BFR, because you do 5 days. That's it. No, because it has an effect, as well. I feel it right now. Yeah. I woke up in the morning yesterday. I did my exercise. Today's Sunday, of course. Yeah. Yesterday was Saturday, and so. Yeah, so okay, yeah, I feel it. Yeah. I feel it because on Friday I did my BFR training about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening. Yeah. The previous day, I did the BFR training. That was a Thursday. How I felt like in the morning. Oh yeah, I'm feeling the effects of BFR training, because it's like you've done a lot of training, for little excess weights, yeah. So I'm slowly increasing the weight now, very slowly right now, yeah. So because after it's been 3 weeks now, it was 3 weeks. In fact, 3 weeks, 15, 16 days, because it was on a Sunday I started, because my Saga BFR strap got delivered on a Sunday, so I charged it. And I couldn't wait, till Monday, yeah. So I said, let's do Sunday. So 3 weeks and 1 day, yeah. So 15 days, yeah. Plus the breaks was weekend, right now, yeah. And one Sunday. So yeah. So it's showing results in my treadmill workout, yeah. So tomorrow, which is Boxing Day, right now, yeah. I'm not going to do anything else other than just do the stretches, yeah. Just when you go in there, you're going to stretch yourself right a little bit right now, yeah, and then do just sprint, yeah, yeah. So I'm going to sprint. So I'm going to do at least 2 days outdoor jogging, from the new year, yeah. Must do 2 days, yeah. And one of those 2 days would be a park run, because I have to balance everything as well, right? Yeah. To begin with, right now, because I have to build my energy as well, right now, yeah. And you got to eat the right food, the vegetable, and everything, right? You just not only the exercise. You have to. The food is that just. You have to have the right food right now. Yeah. So So to begin with, park run one day a week right now, yeah, Saturday in this very park, Victoria Park, so Leicester, and then one day, or no, outdoor jogging 2 days it has to be. One day is to begin with. You need 2 days outdoors, on one day, so that's 3 days outdoors, and 2 days to begin with sprint. But when I say 2 days, you might do it in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening in the gym, right? Just use a treadmill, because unfortunately it is that these city dwellers, their space is very limited, so you can't really get equipment in your place where you live, your house or your flat. So it just complicates things, right? So to begin with, you got to do your sprints. So the more you sprint you do, the more faster you're going to get. You're going to build your cardiovascular, So that's what I'm going to have to do right now. So tomorrow it will be sprint, only just stretches, to begin with, an hour and a half of sprint, So not all in one go, First of all, warm up a little bit for about 10 minutes, and then take a break, and then, go walk about, in the gym right now, and then do, say 3 minutes of sprint, and have 90 seconds of rest, or 2 minutes of rest. Or there's so many videos out there right now. You can follow those example right now. So that's what I'm going to do now, and so the more you sprint you do, the more, because plus I am a bit on the overweight as well right now, and I'm being on the intermittent fasting diet for more than 6 months, or thereabout. I have lost some weight right now, but then of course, it's if you go into this strict diet mode, right, then you will lose the weight very quickly. But then you have to eat as well. You can't deny yourself. You want to have one good meal, right? So I'm just trying to work out. Okay, so I'm going to have to lose this weight by sheer, sweating and cardio workout right now. The excess weight, on the tummy. It's mostly on the tummy right now. And so so serious plan, this TBL is raised, on the ankle, right? It's so good. I'm walking now, and I feel like I'm bouncing, I'm bouncing, I put a photo on Instagram, and it's such fantastic, because I feel like, hey, look at you, that's fantastic right now, So I'm just wanting to make sure that I'm not spending 2 hours and hours and hours and hours and hours in the gym, hundreds of hours, if not thousands of hours I spent over the last decade in the gym, but no result. Nothing, no feeling like, I'm getting energized, nothing of the sort. But the reasons why, though, diet, nutrition, sleep, stress, money problem, other problems, noise pollution, this, that. I keep making excuses, but it's a real situation you find yourself in. It's simple, basic, You live in a house, you go to work, earn your money, go to the gym, and do your stuff right now. But if all this is taken away from you, like getting a decent job, insurance issues, despite having a clean driver's license, so you can do courier job, this, that, courier job, BFR training, running, you see? All this is connected, so to be productive, you have to really think logically, okay? So it's a challenge for me right now, but it's a challenge I want to meet, and I will meet, But this year, because we had the COVID, so, and COVID is coming back in around the world, some parts of the world, in China, notably, unfortunately, because this will have affect everybody else right now as well. And now the Chinese, they realize they can't put blanket ban, because the people had enough of this diktat of governments, all over the world right now. And, just like this very park, I remember, I used to come here walk, because you have to walk, because remember you sleep the previous night 6 to 8 hours, and the previous evening I come from the gym yesterday. I came from the gym from about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, because I made sure I went early right now, And but then I came home, I had my lunch, right, everything else, right, but then I was tired, so about 5 o'clock I was sitting in the sofa bed, right, and for about 10, 15 minutes I dozed off, because it's very tiring, because you're feeling your body right now. You can go into that mode where you don't want to feel anything, and you just kind of, you can just trick your mind to do things, but that is not a good thing right now. You've got to feel yourself. You feel the way you feel right now. Some people, they just do day in, day in, day out, without a thought to themselves, and eventually find out they had enough, and they just like, the mood swings and all that, because they don't know why they're doing all this. Is it only to earn money, name recognition, or your necessities? I mean, how do you go about doing all these things, right? It's all to do with one thing, money. That's all. If you had money now, you could do all these things. You can rent a place to live, with a right amount of spaces, amenities, mod cons, So now, of course, I do my own washing at home, right? Because at least I wash it twice a month now, So one wash, uh, it lasts about a week and a half, 2 weeks, because you're changing clothes once, or at least once, if not twice a day. If you go to the gym, which I do regularly, it's twice a day, So you're sweating everything right now. You need to change everything, your socks, everything, So the 14 pair of socks every day, every day, every week, So it's just massive socks, just the socks, and everything else right now, shirts, jogging track, jogging track suits, and all that sort of thing right now. So all this, see, and I feel like you need to really be more self-dependent, not dependent on things, because the money you're going to spend right now on washing machine and all that, well, but you still have to use water and soap, but it will not be nearly as much as you spend on a machine if you use a public laundry right now, or if you use it at home around here, but still, if you work it out, with the cost of the machine, everything, maintenance, all that, still, you're going to work your, mathematics there. And I never owned a washing machine before, because I felt not the need for it, because usually I just go to public laundry twice a month right now, and never got around to getting washing machine right now. I should have got one, but I could have got one, but there are online, I've seen on Amazon, you can get one of them machines, right, portable washing machines, right. It doesn't have to be linked to the main plumbing system, right, so you can get one, because hundreds of pounds right now, it's not that much, but you can bet them maybe a couple hundred quid, I've seen them online right now, or you can get one of them, that squeeze the clothes, machines right now, put your clothes and you wash it, and then you put it, in there, and it squeezes all the water out, and then hang it to dry, on a, a rack or something, I have fear of those racks, clothes racks, so, and they'll be much quicker, right, so I do that for some time now, right, many months now, right, no, more than a year or year and a half, 2 years now, right, but close to that time, right, You find out that you go to this washing machine, there's so many people go at the same time. It's usually a Sunday like this, and then you have to wait and spend half a day back and forth, and there are other people waiting, and there's nowhere to stand or sit. These companies, they don't make facilities for people to sit down and but so anyway, I mean, if you have just a handful of machines, there are many people live in that residential block right now. See, so just complicate things now. It's just basic logistic right now. If you can sit down for half an hour, listen to your stereo or something right now, or do some work, on your machine, on your smartphone or something, and then but they will not make that kind of facility, so so a lot of these people, they just put it there anyhow, like it or lump it. That's kind of their thing, right? But then there's this desirability of living in multi-tenanted, flats in tower block. It just diminishes by the day, because people say, hold on, I don't need this. I just want to come here, do my stuff, and that's it. I don't know this hassle, right? And so a lot of folks, yeah, they get all worked out. Somebody didn't come down to take the washing machine out. So really, it's just one on. It's the whole thing. It's simple, basic logistic, right? You know, you know, whoever builds flats, with no washing facility in their own place, I mean, if you have many hundreds of people live in one a block of flats, and they just have a handful of machines, and so it's the quality of life, I'm afraid, these companies, these developers, and housing association, council, if you look at the logistic, and if you ask these questions to the council, they will come up with some kind of sort of Roman legion nightmare. They have to walk all the way from to Leicester, and the socks needed washing, or you just got to wait your turn now, that kind of excuse. Oh yeah, right. I never asked this question to them, but I can see what their response will be like. But it's logistic, I mean, if you have many people live there, and hundreds of people live there, well, shouldn't you make facility for people to sit down, right? And or means to get some kind of signal to their flat, say your washing is ready. It's easily done. These things, wires, So if you leave your wash, it'll tell you as soon as it's ready, mate. You come down and pick it up. That's part of your rules governing use of the facility, right? And they will know these things, or you can get app-based, they can go shopping for half an hour, and 45 minutes and come back and say, and after the washing is ready made. So the technology is there, easy peasy, But these companies, housing association, they live in their own little somewhere, So I said, all this all around the world, just what I'm just describing now, right now, I mean, you don't have to go that far. There's reasonable. You don't have to go technical or digital. That little route, you can just make it. This is it. This is how you do it, right now, and sometimes the machine will not work and they're broken down and all that, right now, and you're using your contactless, it doesn't accept. Oh God, So you're in a hurry. There are people waiting behind you, and so all these things, right now, So So another year, finishes in a year, concludes, almost 6 days left in a year, and so there's so many things happening, energy crisis, and everything else, So I mean, we just have to just get by and see what happens, because I mean, we are at the mercy of the marketplace, if it's not for the support of the government to give all these energy support, right? A lot of people have still issues, and this is because the cost jumps so quickly. Because it's very simple to understand that you get a fixed amount of income, right? And suddenly you have to pay twice as more, maybe 3 times as more. Then suddenly that money is no longer there, so you have to cut down on things. And usually, what happens is food and entertainment. But you have to pay your bills in order to keep yourself warm in that place where you live. So again, and in the beginning, before, I used to find hard to believe these things, in this type of developed country, developed countries, but maybe I was living in my bubble. I just didn't want to accept the reality that was there, But now, after all this time, right now I realize how wrong I was, It's just a fixed amount of income people have, and if suddenly you have to pay twice more, 3 times, just imagine you go to fast food outlet and you're paying, I don't know, $5 or £5, for a meal, right? And suddenly it's got £10. There's no way you're going to go there. No, that's too much, way too much. Oh no! If you increase it by 30p, 40p, this but double that, triple that, Well, all that happened was, the energy supply got blocked from Russia, plus the sanctions, and it just creating all manner of confusion right after the COVID, and see all around the world, government they realize, all this sanction, because it's self-inflicted wounds, you see, for 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 reasons of geopolitics, let's put it this way. Um, and so and the most suffering is the ordinary people, all around the world, yeah. But although in the developed countries cushioned by the governments, right, by funds injected into energy, subsidies, yeah. So meaning giving money to people to pay for the energy. But other countries around the world, you see, no, you see, and that's where life is, and that's where corruption sits in, and everything else, yeah, is because people sit simply, they can't keep up with this, I mean, you live in a town or a city or a village, and suddenly you're used to eating, electricity, cooking fuel, liquefied natural gas, and such things like that. Suddenly you don't have it. So where are you going to find wood? Yeah, there's no forest about, and if there is, you can't just cut the forest down, and and all these things, yeah. Because traditionally, even when I was a small child, yeah, in England we didn't do that, but when we used to go to Bangladesh on holiday, right, yeah, used to see people still using wood, yeah, to cook their food, yeah. It was taught us as regular, and I used to, when I was a wee boy, right, I used to go to holidays, right, yeah, school holidays and all that sort of thing, yeah, and we used to really enjoy that. So wake up in the morning and say, oh, that's nice, but that was a bygone era now, that just, you go to around the world, you see people do use wood for cooking right now, yeah, they do, some part of the world, they do, how much I know. But once you're linked to the grid, you can't, just one generation pass by, find very difficult for people, okay, how do we do this, where do we get from wood, kerosene, where is it, and if suddenly everybody wants wood, straight away, where would you find all this wood, yeah? And at that time, when I was a wee boy, it's still, you had a lot of forest was about and everything, didn't cut down the trees, as much as now, all these years later, right now, yeah. And so all the deforestation, yeah. So all this creating problems, it's just like a wild child going riot, yeah, with a paintbrush, and it's just putting in like canvas everywhere. That's the sort of society, the world we live in now, right now, yeah. Everybody's interest, government that is, yeah. They just don't, they just collide, they don't coincide with it, right, they don't complement each other, they just, so, I mean, but it's all to do with the issues to do with the, interests of big corporations, yeah, because they're making the big bucks, yeah, I mean, that's what it is, yeah, and they just go on television, innocent, we're suffering, yeah, we need more money, yeah. Oh yeah, of course you need more money. This energy source doesn't cost that much money, but you're charging all this because, well, it's supplies, insurance, transportation, and all these things, just eventually I said, no, for me, for my need right now, for my situation, I don't want to worry all that, because if I worry that much, you have no time for myself. As I used to before, I used to worry everything apart from myself, of course. And look where it got me, yeah. But of course, yeah, hindsight is 2022. That was then, right, yeah. Now I have to think of myself now. How do I come out of this situation where I can log on, log off, on an app, yeah, on a bicycle, get some type of employment, yeah. I can go places, as and when I want to, yeah. I can travel a little bit around the world. When I say around the world, it's not that grand anymore. You just go there, for a week, yeah, and then start, log on, log off, delivery job and Uber Eats job, and that's it. It's there everywhere, yeah. And you have a smartphone, that's it. You don't have to worry that much right now, yeah. We are all in the same boat. I'm talking about the entire world now. everything is linked now. Yeah. It's now 29 minutes, 30 minutes past. Uh, there is recording right now. Yeah. So it's. I thought it would be a bit more, but it's 30 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. So it's a good thing that I came to this cricket um, uh, uh, pitch. Yeah. Not pitch, just stretch of cricket. You know. Playing ground, in the middle of the park right now. Yeah. So otherwise, there'll be too much distraction. Yeah. So I can record this recording. Yeah, because I'm trying to, because I feel very isolating right now, being at home, and it's end of the year, it's Christmas Day, and 4 years I haven't seen anybody back in London, and here I am, and no job, COVID, the war in Ukraine. That means direct effect on my employment situation, meaning fuel, energy. So if you're gonna do taxi or such things, it's not for me. It's not a viable proposition anymore. Because your insurance, everything, your investment for a newer car, and all these things, your parking, security of your vehicle, meaning where I live right now, yeah, all these things, and where you can, the money, you need to have the money, and if you don't have the money, then by the time you invest the money, the depreciation, everything, and there's no guarantee of you getting work. And I have come across people who do taxi, and they say, well, life is tough, yeah, well, it will be tough, the cost of energy, yeah, and people can't afford to take a taxi, they'll walk, take a bicycle or whatnot, yeah. So, and you have so many people, that they're sort of stuck, like this, yeah. What would they do, yeah? So I just want to make sure that I don't, because I went to this route a number of times, yeah. Very unhappy to say this, yeah, because I didn't think, yeah. That's why all this wasted time right now, yeah. Think logically, where things, you examine your, examine and re-examine why it didn't work. I really thought it would work, yeah. But if you look logically, why it didn't work, is you find out, yeah, it's the simple, setup of your business, yeah, or the employment duty, yeah, and you need to really realize, this way it didn't work. How can it not work? You have to wait. You cannot be impatient, and start another one again right now. So you bang yourself against the wall one time. You don't do it again. You circumvent the wall, meaning the pitfalls, yeah, and then start all over again. But learn from your mistakes, yeah. It is mistakes, yeah, and you have to admit these are mistakes. A lot of people, they don't admit anything. No. Self-criticism is a no-no for a lot of people right now. Yeah, so I'm just going to make sure that this time right now, yeah, I have some level of control of these things, yeah. Otherwise, my focus is primarily on training, yeah. And so you just get on a bicycle, that's what it is, And I'm going to bring out the bicycle. I have to service the bicycle now. Talking about bicycle, I have to service the bicycle. Get another service plan from Halford. It's a bicycle shop, yeah. Or they're a chain shop right now. They have all over the place right now. It's been around a long time, Actually, it's not very far from me. There's a branch here as well right now from this park right now. Yeah. I think it's a little bit close today. It's a Christmas day. Yeah, definitely a little bit close today. Otherwise I could have gone there. But I'm not going to do that. I have to bring a depth to my video. So when I look back in a few months' time, in 6 months' time, it'll go all. Now you're ready to talk about a single subject. Yeah? Because I said in the previous video that I had great misgiving about data sharing, because you share information with people, yeah, and you don't know what they're gonna do with that information. And I have learned from previous situation, people gossip a lot, yeah. That was before the smart technology era, and they just undermine you in so many different levels. So sometimes it's best not to tell people anything really, or just come across. I'm just going to go to the grass now, right now. Yeah. Walk. It's a big park, so yeah. So So and then I found out, oh no, these people, they're really, they really mean bad, yeah. And you really don't want to come across this situation where you tell them things, you just don't tell them anything. Yeah. That's it, yeah. Um, they will just, it's just basically people have nothing better to do. They know it will not cost them anything to talk behind your back, yeah, and they will deny it if you confront them in any way. And so, and there's no proof, and all this situation right now, yeah. But these have a devastating effect on people's lives and future. Those gossiping and undermining behind people's back right now, yeah. So this is the origins of my um, reservation about sharing information or data. Yeah. Because when you speak to somebody, that's sharing information. Say, I am in a park. That is sharing information. Yeah. Uh, so yeah. But it's simple and straightforward as just that, I'm afraid to say. So it took me a long time to come to, despite having access to this technology all this time. And I said, well, people mishmash my information, my videos, my photo, put things, that I didn't say, and they just mess about right now, yeah. And yeah, I remember on Facebook, when I first joined Facebook some years ago, now, yeah. Somebody was on comment section, they started swearing, and I don't know this person from anywhere. I was just being nice to somebody, some other person on Facebook, and somebody else came in and started, expletives, and I said, it's shocking. I don't know this person. I'm sure this person doesn't know me, and saying you, meaning me personally, you this, you that. So what is going on here? Just because you're in another town, that's within the UK. Actually, they were in London, and I'm here in Leicester. I just don't understand this. What's going on here? Yeah. Of course, I didn't see the person. Of course, they wouldn't dare show their face because you can track them down. You can ask them, "Why do you swear at me?" Yeah. So, but that was a wake-up call for me, right? And I said, well, that's strange. So if I see somebody's commenting nice things about somebody else, not that nice things, just regular hello, how are you? And the other person starts swearing you this, that, you say, what? Are you mad? Are you on cocaine or what? And actually, it was a woman as well, and that shocked me, right? Oh no. So it's just like, oh dear, dear. So no, and slowly I said, no, this is no good. This is no good. This is no good. I've got to grow up myself, yeah. Yeah. We're not kids anymore, right? Yeah. And so, and I said that was really surprised to see, yeah. Some stranger you meet online, yeah, or you see somebody, and then you just start swearing at them. And they know the reason they do it because they can get away with it. They wouldn't do it in front of you. They know what will the consequences of that interaction right now, yeah. So, but no, 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 my, I'll lose my job, or I'll get criminal record. You can report to the police, for verbal abuse, yeah. So swearing, yeah, for nothing, right? Without provocation, yeah. And you don't know this person from anywhere. So they don't even get called, yeah, they become a local yeah, person. Oh, yeah, this person. Look at it. See some stranger starts swearing. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, do you want to work with this person? No, who wants to work with somebody else? Oh, no. Maybe it's that they have some emotional issues they need to deal with, yeah. Yeah. Because if you're an employer, you say, no, no, no. This individual, look at it. Look, how do I know? They're going to swear at me and and ruin my business, yeah. And so that then you realize, you see, when is the next meal is coming from, yeah, yeah. So yeah, yeah. So that was a learning process for me, And for a while, I just didn't go to social media after that. Yeah, I mean, I said, well, why would you do something like that? It was just in the beginning. I was just getting used, sort of used to social media, it was start, stop, because I was still okay. I said, yes, technology is there, but this flying technology there for over 100 years, meaning airplanes, yeah. Do you want to fly every hour? You see, just the type of analogy I'm using. So yeah, it's there, but maybe once a year you go on holiday. Yeah. If that, a lot of people will go once a year holiday. But if you do go holiday right now, yeah, when you go holiday, then most people fly. But people take boats and ships as well, and train holiday by, train going from one country to another as well. I mean, that's something by driving as well. So this is the situation I find myself right now. So, but now, in the last 4 years, a lot of things happen. Yeah. So I'm just going to make sure. So I'm really pleased. It's a beautiful day today, right now. It's a Christmas Day, 2022. December 25th. On a Sunday. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Yeah, and so I think I should stop the recording now on the video recording, yeah, and just to live stream on Facebook right now, yeah, for 5 minutes, yeah. So okay, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, everybody, and please like and subscribe to my video. This is the first request I ever made, because I remember somebody saying the other day, right now, in some video, you always have to ask people, yeah, to like and subscribe. Otherwise, they don't know what you ask. They don't know whether they should or shouldn't right now. Yeah? So please like and subscribe. Yeah. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Happy New Year.